You are now locked in the lab with Arsenic Beats.
Mr. D.I.Y. Produksies.
Afrikaanse
Ja, nee, D.I.Y. Kijk hier. Een man staan hier, kaalborsten. En mijn boxes. En die booth. Gereed om die album te gaan mee, bro. Kijk je, die wou zo geweest, die BoomBox EP. Maar leek mij... Zie je man? Beetje terug soos jou rug se vertebrae en spinal. Dis 'n analog touch, straight sample van 'n vinyl. Hip-hop culture, keer en ketting bemark soos Bitcoin. World Ventures, you should be a as ek spit join. Ek maak het my network en rise op my network. Smaak my X-Dicks en sien of haar legs work. En 'n selsom 27's met bloed op my tee. Judge my nie gejudgy, so set my free. Oproerige gedrag, ek raak mal as ek zing sy. Hou my af van Facebook of in die booth wil 'n pen gryp, maar nog steeds die headliner. As jy lus vir events, kyk spit hitte weer. Soos D.I.Y.T.C op lippe smeer. Pak sy dakraas, so singplaat en reën druppel weer. Na sielkundige afspraak, gee jou net 'n bier en 'n beat wat die beast kan renoveer.
Afrikaans op 'n level. Afrikaans op 'n level. Dis hy boom level. Boom. Dis hy boom level. Dis hy boom level.
Ek kry die apie-staper en raak King Kong kap beats op my bors. En raak ek doors na 10 songs. Black labels vir 'n champ gesluk deur 'n oop mond. Bloed van 'n kampioen, AJ met 'n oop wond. D.I.Y. laat die bass bang in jou oordrom. Sien die change in die slang en oordeel maar die voorkoms. Maar wat ek met jou oordeel is wat die by professors kan hoor soms. My akademie laai fakkelerie, vat die distansie van die States na Irak. Ek wag meneer jou gesê jy kan nie kragte meet nie. Ek sit 'n monk in 'n cloak. Dis die East in 'n cape, maar my mond vol quotes dra die Eastern Cape. Great. Nou skink nog 'n bier in die break en sê dankie D.I.Y. vir die beats en breaks, George.
Afrikaans op 'n level. Afrikaans op 'n level. Dis hy boom level. Boom. Dis hy boom level. Dis hy boom level.
Derde vers is 'n hat-trick met goals op my share. Die net moet bulge met likes en kwai shares. Man was so patient, ek was amper in high gear. Hy nee. Maar 2020 vat ek flight like as Mike en Nike Air. So hoog, ek dank deur die halos van Engels. Waar die lug so skoon is soos my klank in Engels. Vra verstou jy se fan, ek's gerank in Engels. Die veelsidige wat beide klanke buig gelyk my konteks is konvekse leide wat tuimel deur jou cortex se core in 'n vortex pas op. Van agterbaas is Bux se blackboard, die beste kandidaat vir 'n industry blackball. Die aardse swart skaap en ja, nie net vol. Maar weer D.I.Y. en Mr. Bux sit.
Afrikaans op 'n level. Afrikaans op 'n level. Dis hy boom level. Boom. Dis hy boom level. Dis hy boom level.
You are now locked in the lab with Arsenic Beats. Welcome to another episode of Locked in the Lab. I'm your host, Arsenic Beats. Yo, what do you think of that track that we started the show off with, man? That was something by Mr. Bux and Mr. D.I.Y. J-Bux all the way from the Eastern Cape. Teamed up with producer Mr. D.I.Y. and they brought you that dopeness right there. So yeah, welcome to another episode. It's episode number 15. Wow. We're still on lockdown, but we're on level 1. I see people just going crazy and partying as if COVID left, but still here, guys. Don't go too crazy, no? So, for this episode, lots of goodness as always. We're gonna play some more Mr. D.I.Y. and Mr. Bux. I know him as Bux, but I don't know, I think maybe recently he's been calling himself Mr. Bux. Well, either way, he deserves that respect, man. Really dope MC, been doing his thing. And rapping, from the art of lyricism. He did his stuff in English a couple of years before, but it seems like most of his stuff I've been hearing recently has been in Afrikaans, and it's just as dope if you ask me. So big ups to them, and big ups to Boentoe Produksies, because that was something released on their production imprint. And that was a project by Mr. Bux and D.I.Y. So we're going to play some more of that. Then we also have something by Siep that's a little bit of a throwback, one of my favorite tracks of his. And then we also have a new one by Jedi Knight and G-Soul. Jedi is always working. So something new by him. This time when he teams up with G-Soul. And then we have something by Cream. That's also a little bit of a throwback. And then for the interview, we have Flow of Exposure and Funga. They actually collaborated on a little project. I played some of their music over the past couple of shows before. So if you didn't hear it, go back and check it out. So I caught up with them, asked them a couple of questions about their journey so far. There's some young cats that you guys need to be checking and looking out for. That was a long intro. I'm gonna go straight back to the music now. You keep it locked in the lab. You are now locked in the lab with Arsenic Beats.
Mr. D.I.Y., Mr. Bux. Bounce. Laat ek net gou julle leer man. Laat ek julle gou info. Wat is 'n punchline? Is noodsaaklik en vintage. Soos 'n jab setup. En slaan het jou vintage. Is nie oes en a's. 'n punchline is soos hy lang ronde stoele. Is geuse en baard. Wordplay. Ja, wordplay. Niks van sy style is styl. Wordplay, maar style is aan styl. Hy is 'n voorbeeld. City King, hy was wordplay. Maar same time 'n synoniem. Ek spoor woorde wat jy hoor, maar same time kan jy my sinne sien. Imagery. Lyrics raak 'n object. No dice imagery, lyrics raak 'n object. Hoe jy die vision uitbeeld depend baie op die concept. Hy's lyrical foreplay, jy moet dit opset. Mens marinate mos die mama se vleispotte voor hy opskep. Yo, lyricalesse lig my lip met letters. Ladies lek my lippe, latest na my lecture. Lus Lucy litte lekker loskut. So I let her, en nie voor die lyn getrek, hulle nie al se lengte. Ek is die boom, ek is die box, ek is boom, box, ek is die boom, ek boom, ek is die boom, box, die boom, box, die boom, box, die boom, box, ek is die boom. Ek is die boombox, ek blair hy numbers. We gaan soon drop op die corner, some cooler characters. Dan Riley in die boondocks as die battery beat. is dit amper soos 'n party balloonpop. Maar 'n backup bring die buis terug, kaboom bom, Sony explode. Die homies om die corner wil net klets gou. Ek support met beats vir die Cypher en die party met 'n paar slay queens en dingelikers. Heel kom music, I'm a piano, no she dumb stupid. Aux cable, bluetooth, attach aan 'n computer. Ek line sam, die cheapie China neers is inaudible. Ek is portable, ek maak geraas aan die ghettos van Ocean View. In die shore, ek is die boom boom, box die boom boom, box die boom boom, box die boom boom, box ek is die boom boom boom. Gisteraan was ek op die yard, saam 'n paar pearly drinkers, wat op Judy pouches se number strip, met hulle linker been nou op die dansvloer, later vir Jaapie hulle op hurke, hy was Saterdag die Sondag toe sy gospel, of Metro se Edison, die sing ons saam in die hostel, toe op die straat met evangelus en apostel, ek discrimineer op wat ek speel, wat die boom kan jy in die boxie, ek so op die sokkerveld, en dan in Wendy hokkies, bring 'n paar latest numbers op 'n stokkie, met neonligte maak ons disco, by die braai sit hulle my net af as hulle bid gou, maar wag ek kan nie aanpraat nie, ek is ongeskik, ek moet weer die ding gaan ruk nou, ek is die boom boom, box die boom boom, box die boom boom, box die boom boom, box ek is die boom boom boom. My ouer broers was gedra op skouers in die 80s, maar ek sien next generation en baie gebruik lately, in die arms van Hamma Toetau, ek laat die nuwe troep bounce, ek is die coolste accessory, deur almal gesoek nou, kom kids spoeg rounds by pins down, op die winkel stoepe by my friend sound pump as ek get down, maar hiphop het my famous gemaakt, en school hoofde my geleide gehaak, ek steeds daar vele, maar baie meer kleiner geraak, ek kom in different styles en kleren, ek compliment baie hairstyles en hulle kleren, baie is gesteer deur my appearance, maak boom boom nog one way, ek voel veer, ek is die boom boom, box die boom boom, box die boom boom, box die boom boom, box ek is die boom boom boom, ek is die boom boom, ek is die box die ek is boom, box ek is die boom, ek boom boom boom.
Mr. D.I.Y.T.C.
Piet Roet, is ja.
Sy skas spit vir die games het langs die lyn, op die bank met 'n spok beoogtend wat tantes in die lyne. Kontroleer die kunsgroepe, sonder geld drop ons winsgroepe. Sy skas spit vir die games het langs die lyn, op die bank met 'n spok beoogtend wat tantes in die lyne. Ons must have fit as ons D.I.Y.T.C steadily, maak ons my moves, even die ons steady.
Harde gat, reep, skedel, kraak, aardbewing, effect, bed, lek, klonte, recept, perfect uitgeweek. Sy op en af soos jou geen respect, ora reeds virus die techno, wie's geprogram, ja, as ek gaan chill op slow jams, of beprem, 'n boek of playback, lay en brain, geskets, perfect soos tekstvers, met extra ver, dede oog, contact lens, geen contact vir die mens, vastgevang in aardse skatte, want ek is wakker, so maar dwars deur die dakke van my crown, sakra, bakka, sakka, gaan chill saam in die voels in die dakka, dis holy ground is makka, en wat is die van kragtespan, sê jy nou vraag is dan 'n bankband of kans, wat lang wat tokkies vang, los job is by motsie vang, moes man kam kreet in die kop soos dreads wat hang, masterpiece van 'n masterplan, come on.
Sy skas spit vir die games het langs die lyn, op die bank met 'n spoeg beoogtend wat tantes in die lyne. Kontroleer die kunsgroepe, sonder geld drop ons winsgroepe. Ek nou bly jy sien so Wrakstuck. Sy skas spit vir die games het langs die lyn, op die bank met 'n spoeg beoogtend wat tantes in die lyne. Must have fit as ons D.I.Y.T steadily, maak ons my moves, even die ons
Ja, ons drop het ywerig, hoor as die hoogste petrolpryse is, ondergronds en veiler as jou meisie wat vol luise is en muise is, kennis vir jou kop, like jy staat lywerig, klein gelowige, idol worship is soos Satan is, die swat die flavor is, Sipe en Cypher saam die manne wat die greatest is, harde gat reps vir al die b-boys en turntables, lobba wat jou label is, so stable is, mos able om te voorts aan die verskil, tussen pastors en die pagan is, so los jou hero, cause ek en maat en mille meer siel, minder ego, in the industrie is gedesign vir jong mense wat sal afbuk vir karskut. En nou lyk jy sien soos 'n wrakstuk. Ek is 'n villain in die middel van die rhythm. Jakke versus medies fit because jy skryf met penicillin. Antibiotika, roei nog steeds die boot. Die sat die jongens drop science, wat misverstaan die logika.
Dis gas fit vir die games, het langs die lyn. Op die bank, want dis oog vir oogtyd, wat dan tussen die lyne. Formuleer die kindsgroepe, sonder geld, drop ons winstboepen. En nou lyk jy sien soos 'n wrakstuk. Dis gas fit vir die games, het langs die lyn. Op die bank, want dis oog vir oogtyd, wat dan tussen die lyne.
Soos Mr. Vet, as ons D.I.Y.T.C steadily, maak ons my se moves, die bedeel is nie ready nie.
You are now locked in the lab with
some lekker BoomBox. Saturday laat gediep, 10 a.m. no plans, a man smaak a geek. Hope there's one in the daytime. Let me ask someone who knows. I get shy on FaceTime. He said no hip-hop in the middle of the month. Venues are scarce and little of the funds. We out of luck, lockdown is over though. Cause back then in the house was stuck, sober. Now I list for a hip-hop show. Major ill with displayed skill. Maybe Siep and Nico know. But before I phoned, I thought we can have a show in the cul-de-sac right here at home. That could be a great idea. I will see many brown folk, can even have Amy here. But all I have's a BoomBox. Let me rather ask Deco for his mixer, bass spin and 2 tops. Please come forward with the set list, we're moving forward. The full take lead, although mics are cordless. Let's start the cypher.
Yo, we have a crazy lineup tonight. The mics are
Please come forward with the set list, we're moving forward. The full take lead, although mics are cordless. Let's start the cypher. Though beats will play, raps we will recite. I phoned Martin to ask for his amp and 3 mics. And he'll be pulling through with the crew. Men of our word in action, we do what we do. Need some more acts, definitely Rammstein. And in between the raps, maybe some B-Blacks. MGP at least 3 tracks. And we're not gonna relax till capacity reach max. Mostly expecting known faces. And Knoffelbrain can maybe on the microphone grace us. Show's gonna be legendary with guests of a certain pedigree. It's hard to tell who's the best MC, but this is all in my head. I end up calling some heads and all of them bets to mics they wanna step. Deco brings the sound system. A hip-hop community is our mission as we see the crowd trickle in. Please come forward with the set list, we're moving forward. The full take lead, although mics are cordless. Let's start the cypher. Please come forward with the set list, we're moving forward. The full take lead, although mics are cordless. Let's start the cypher. We got Chaga with the bass clappers, logical enough others. Lee Ursus in town to kill a set. We start the show with Skidila says.
Okay. Ik slaap je nog op zaal, schiet die brein aan de kant. Er is de grill uit de Frans. Ik kan de vlog naar me doen. Allemaal met die brein, maar ik kan alles doen.
Mr. D.I.Y.T.C, hij is big shout out van Metalloid, Productions, Gary Arsenic, ja, Produksies, Hip-Hop Infinity.
Welcome back, and you are still locked in the lab with me, Arsenic Beats. We ended off that playlist with something brand new by Jedi Knight and G Soul called The Cypher. Yo, if you were listening to the raps on there, the perfect vision of what I'm sure we all smack for now is just to go to some cypher that's happening, just organizing that speakers and just mense rapping and hip hop happening all around us. So big ups to Jedi and G Soul for that one. Really nice vibe on that. Then we had something by Siep taking a little bit back with that one called Wrakstuck, featuring Linkris. Then we also had Mr. Bux and D.I.Y. with BoomBox and another one called D.I.Y.T.C. Yo, that project, I really need to check more of it out. It really sounds dope. Big ups to Boentoe Produksies once again. And big ups to all the artists who has been sending their music. If you got some dope music, please send it through, man. The info is in the description of where you must send your stuff. And it's also been shown up on your screen. So please send that stuff through. Like, I've been coming across some really dope music and I want to discover some more. For now though, we're gonna go to an interview. Something I spoke to Fox, Flow of Exposure and Vinger about some of the new music, what they've been doing and the inspiration behind teaming up and working on some music together. They're basically a bilingual crew as well, English and Afrikaans, and Vinger raps in English and Afrikaans as well. So we're gonna go to that interview. Keep it locked in the lab.
Every soldier has nightmares. Only one who is ashamed of what he has done.
So before we get started, can you introduce yourself to the listeners?
Yo, so I go by the name of FOX, which is an acronym for Flow of Exposure.
And I go by the name of Vinger, and together we are No Limit Soldiers.
So for Flow of Exposure, I'm from the 7941 area, Grassy Park / Parkwood. I come from a place called The Scheme. It's actually just a very small scheme in the scheme.
Yeah, basically. And I go by the name of Vinger. As I said earlier on, I'm originally from Kuilsrivier, who just moved to Eersterivier, so I guess I'm repping that Eersterivier.
So man, what I do, I'm a artist, I would say. I'm a songwriter, I'm a lyricist, MC, and yeah, I rap.
Yeah, I do hardcore music. I'm all about that boom bap. You know, I'm all about that conscious music. I do love songs, I do trap. Give me any beat and I'll do my best on it.
Now, when did you first discover the world of hip-hop and what inspired you to pick up the pen?
What inspired me to pick up a pen is a funny story. Okay, first of all, what inspired me, what introduced me into the world of hip-hop was the fact that hip-hop was everywhere. You know, hip-hop is dominant, has been dominant since the 80s, going through 90s. So obviously hip-hop was playing on the radio. I was always fascinated on like the fact that how someone or how the artist or the musician can rap or rhyme words on a beat. It was also always fascinating to me, and that is where I started listening to hip hop and rap. What inspired me to pick up the pen was basically just there was a moment in time I was skateboarding, and I was working on a trick and I couldn't land it. It was very frustrating because I wanted to land it, you know, and I snapped my board, and then I realized, oh man, I can't skate anymore because my board is snapped in two. And that overwhelming feeling of sadness, knowing not being just knowing, like, even there I'm going into my feelings, but I knew I couldn't skateboard, you know, and that's basically what caused me to go back to the book and to pick up a pen and write on how I feel, on how I lost my skateboard and how I won't be able to skate. So basically that was my inspiration.
Yeah. And for me, like, hip-hop has always been like a part of my life. I always had family members playing hip-hop music. I've like people driving past me playing it from the car systems, the house next door. So it's always just been a part of my life. I've heard it everywhere, like, and since grade 2, as far as I can remember, I've always just been writing poems. So, and those poems, I would just express my feelings, like daily experiences. And as I got older, obviously, I got a lot wiser, you know, listening to boom bap and listening to these dope artists who are very versatile and wordsmiths, and that influenced me and motivated me to just to challenge myself and see how far I can take it, you know, with my vocabulary as a bilingual MC. So I'm constantly challenging myself, and you know, just my experiences basically influenced me to pick up the pen.
So can you tell me how you guys met and what was the inspiration behind teaming up to make music together?
How we met was actually because of Amy Brown.
Yep, shout out to Amy Brown.
Yeah. Amy Brown actually invited us both. We didn't know that we were going to meet there. Amy Brown invited us to a
group called Synergy.
Yes, and it was a
like a get together
for artists to network basically, yeah. And we just came there and we were both performing some songs.
Yeah.
Funga saw me perform, I saw Funga perform, and
we just knew it right there, bruh. We need to exchange numbers and we need to work together. So yeah, that's how we basically met, through Amy Brown, you know, for seeing the potential in both of us and in bringing us together.
Being relatively new to the scene, what is your guys' experience been like navigating through the industry?
Okay, so basically for me, I've always been a shy kid. I probably just came out of my shell like sometime last year when I entered like a Deep Soul Cypher, which I happened to win at the time. And I guess that also just like sparked the confidence in me, you know, and always that just motivated me and to go to different events, to, you know, link up with different artists, because you actually learn a lot from these other artists, you know, whether seeing them perform, having a simple conversation with them, and it's very inspiring. And you know, I think that's also that experience that I appreciate, that you're constantly learning, you know, you never know it all at the end of the day, and you learn a lot from these artists, and that makes you just want to work harder and do better, especially when you see an artist who has done a lot in their time, you know, of being that artist or that rapper or performer. So yeah, that also just makes me make mental notes on what I need to do next and how I can improve myself. So yeah, it's been a great experience thus far. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and for flow of exposure, many don't know I've been writing since a young age, you know, since 15 years old. There's been a lot of things happening in my life that also caused me to, you know, have some indecisive decisions. But so being relatively new to the scene, basically, it's been a dope experience, you know, getting to see how the game really works, you know, getting to know how the mindsets really work, getting to know how different artists contribute to this game has been amazing, you know. In Cape Town, South Africa, CPT, we're the hub basically, you know, and there's a lot of dope underrated talent out here, you know. And yeah man, it's just been dope performing for free and at paid gigs. It's been dope. You know, as an MC, to experience the crowd give you energy back on stage. It's a whole other experience. It's a whole other experience, you know. So like I say, from my side, the experience has been dope, you know. Very uplifting, very motivating as well, meeting other artists and getting to know
definitely
the different styles and stuff through hip-hop.
So the two of you released the project as No Limit Soldiers. Can you tell me what the response has been like from the people? And for those who haven't heard it yet, where can they find it?
So yeah, we released
No Limit Soldiers EP. Shout out to that EP.
Yeah, that's a one of a kind EP.
Baby.
That's our baby.
Our baby.
So yeah, like, you know, Fox and I basically, like, you know, we met through Amy Brown, and since then we knew we had to, like, you know, link up together. We needed to work, and our first track, ironically, was called No Limit Soldiers. And yeah, that, like, basically, you know,
from
like,
there we just decided we're going to do an EP. We just got together, the ideas flowed, everything flowed up, and
the creative juices were flowing.
Yeah man, and we just basically, so no Limit Soldiers, the song that we came out with first, that was basically the inspiration to release No Limit Soldiers,
As
and
a
you can
EP.
and you can find it on SoundCloud and Audio Mac if you just type in No Limit Soldiers EP or type in Flow of Exposure
or
with an
Funga.
X. And some people are spelling it with an E.
Yeah, no,
Like
Flow
X
of Exposure
with an X.
and under Funga underscore music.
So that's on all platforms like on SoundCloud, Audio Mac,
Yeah.
YouTube, whatever.
So you'll definitely find it there, and the EP is definitely a journey, you know, for, I guess it's a metaphor for artists, especially upcoming artists. You know, you're always constantly facing battles.
Yeah.
You know, you never know where you're going to turn out, whether you're gonna make it out alive or
you're
not,
gonna die.
or you're gonna die, you know. But at the end of the day, you have to keep pushing and just go on, and you never know what the outcome might be.
Yes.
So in closing, what can we expect from the two of you individually and also as No Limit Soldiers over the next couple of months leading into 2021?
You know,
We've been
No Limit
working,
Soldiers
we've been working.
has always been working, you know. Funga is a very, very productive guy, and he's also keeping me on my toes. You know, even though I have a few projects I've been working on, I'm sure Funga has some projects he's been working on as well. So as individuals, you guys can be expecting a lot of dope music coming your way. You know, boom bap, raw, some trap shit. You know, from my side. So yeah, individually we're really putting in work, as well as together as No Limit Soldiers. You know, because when we come together as No Limit Soldiers, there is a different vibe.
A whole different vibe, like basically no limit to what we can do.
Yeah, there's a different vibe, and when we are individuals, we are like ourselves.
We're being ourselves.
Yeah,
but together you never know what to expect. Like you said, like there's no limit soldiers. There's no limit to what we can do. So you can expect trap music, love songs, conscious music, emotional, like anything, you know. So yeah, we're just constantly challenging ourselves at the end of the day. So you can definitely expect a lot from us individually as well as together. So yeah, so shout out to you, Arsenic, for having us on the show.
Shout out to Arsenic Beats, locked in the lab.
Yeah. Hope you tuned in. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, and for those who are listening. So yeah, No Limit Soldiers.
Every soldier has nightmares. Only one who is ashamed of what he has done.
Be frank.
Yeah, no limit, soldiers holding explosives, world on my shoulders, we ready for war. My lyrics is potent, evil spirits, soulless spirit world knows that we give it to you raw. I said pain, I've been living in my nightmares, rage never makes me fight very insane. No one in my life cares, my vicious thoughts makes my mind scared. Get ready for war. Ik haat die weer, ik maak jou kakken zie als ik jou in een gefrietskop met een nieuwe bakken neer. Ik is die naaste ding aan een terrorist, joh. En met mijn negative thoughts spit ik met een venomous tong. I was created, I was never born, I live forevermore. With a pen I'm forced to torture and bring death to all. Pencil as poisonous lead, I made a choice instead. The voices in my head said that I should kill them all.
Kill them all, I'm a king just like Arthur. But my sword is this mic, I was born to be a part of this art. I can feel it in my soul, in my heart, no more doubt. And if you want war at your grave, they will mourn. Come on the surface, but deep down there are internal storms. What is your purpose? You will find on your journey toward your destiny. To all these fakes, keep testing me. I'm sharper than a samurai sword. Why would you mess with me?
No limit, soldiers holding explosives, world on my shoulders, we're ready for war. My lyrics is potent, evil spirits, soulless spirit world knows that we give it to you raw. I said pain, I've been living in my nightmares, rage never makes me fight very insane. No one in my life cares, my vicious thoughts makes my mind scared. Get ready for war.
We ready for war, make you wish you were never born. Like CR7, I'm always in top form. With this rap shit, you know it's all thunderstorms. Bring the rain down on you in an acidic form.
Get burned by the children of the corn, that's blasphemous. Ik blijf ziek en ik word geblest, sick as cancerous. Looking like a suicide bomb address to kill. Ik is een TB toets, alles wat ik spit is ill.
Leave you shocked like an ill, I'ma shock you my meal. These the type of bars that I know you can't steal.
Cause you lack that skills. He wil zeggen discipline. Haal allemaal zijn oor uit. Leave no eyewitnesses.
Make you all witness this new age lyricist.
We ripping this hardcore is wat onze lyrics is.
Talk shit and we put the suck in your mouth like mankind.
Ik trap op je kop tot het bas. Landmine. No limit. Soldiers holding explosives. World on my shoulders. We ready for war. My lyrics is potent evil spirits. Soulless spirit world knows that we give it to you raw. I said pain. I've been living in my nightmares. Rage never makes me fight very insane. No one in my life cares. My vicious thoughts makes my mind scared. Get ready for war.
Support in position to effect the fight and bring fires as required to fucking kill the enemy. Kill the enemy! Kill the enemy! Kill the enemy!
Welcome back. You are locked in the lab with me, Arsenic Beats. Big ups to Flow of Exposure and Finger for blessing us with some of that music and also answering those questions and letting us understand your process and, you know, your journey so far. I mean, you guys heard for yourself if that music is anything to go by. They MCs, man, you know what I mean, and they represent the art to the fullest. So much love and big ups to them. They have some new visuals out for that song, actually, for Ready for War, the one that just played. And they also have a project out at the moment under the name No Limit Soldiers. So do yourself a favor, guys, any of the other music as well that you heard in the show, check out in the description below. All the info is there, so go check out their music on other platforms and show them some love, man. And to all the artists that's been submitting music, please keep doing that. Let your other artist friends know as well. I know you have some other artist friends as well that is keen, and it doesn't always have to be hip-hop. It just needs to be something interesting and fresh, and keep it original, you know. I've had some people in the past maybe send some stuff that's not all 100% original, like the beats and stuff, and that's cool, you know. If it's dope, I still try and play it, but it also causes just a little bit of a issue with getting flagged and all that vibes with YouTube. So yeah, try to keep it 100% original. We should be supporting our artists out here anyway, you know. So that brings us to the end of another show. For those who are tuning in to the actual live premiere of the show, if you are first to drop your name and email address in the comments section, and make sure you subscribed and also liked this episode, and then you have a chance to win a t-shirt. More info and the promo for this episode. For now, I'm gonna be out. I'm Arsenic Beats, and you are locked in the lab. We're ending the show off with something from a while back, but dope anyway. Something by Cream. Thought he'd never do it, but he did. Big ups to you for tuning in. This is Locked in the Lab. I'm Arsenic Beats, and I'm out. Peace.
Staan op as ek val. Warmte ek koel het, die temperatuur daal. Noem dit smooth, want ek noem het normaal. And some of y'all thought I'd never do it. Glo dit, soos but ek al op skaal. Broer dit, sy sal dink rap is onthaal. Roer het, mountains, I move it all. And one of y'all thought I'd never do it, nou move ek op om my lot te bepaal. Doen real hip-hop om vir die pot te betaal. Nou is ek on top, het die topspot behaal. En whack rappers thought I'd never do it. Mense is op drugs en dit maak hulle maal. Sigarette plus en dit maak hulle kaal. Want ek is drug-free, wat's nie die kanaal. Society thought I'd never do it. Ja nie, cream gaan jou aanvat, vraag vir jou ma wie is die man van staal. Staan vast, teken maar jou manskap haal. Some kids thought I'd never do it. So ruk die ding, sê die ding ruk maal. Hoe kan ek spring as ek het insit, auw. Ek overcome die odds, dier die rien en die haal. And the weatherman thought I'd never do it. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. And some of y'all thought I'd never do it. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. And some of y'all thought I'd never do it. They thought I'd never do it. Now I rock like metal music. Op jou blok is ek die new kid. Sy's geskok soos electrocuted. En Eskom thought I'd never do it. Music inspire van Marvin, maar die rappers abuse it en die maak my naar Ek gaan hulle reduce met my lyrical wapen. They beat around the bush like Osama bin Laden. My music is so sick, dat skaars berading. En doet iets produce ek, sy blaas net asem. Reviews en ek views vir jou hart in die straten. Op beeld sy is useless, so trap in jou ramen. Ek use net my music vir arme waarvan. My flows kom in dienen like God's commandments. Oedie is oedie, bred vanaf the morning. My flow is a routine, ek maaks met zaden. No usually cruise it met apens so stazen. Maar nou wat ek a goose het, wil allemaal net laaf bring. So cupid is stupid, ek vraag maar net paden. Van music, net music, inspire van Marvin. Is waar man, I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. And some of y'all thought I'd never do it. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. I'm doing it, doen ek het, I'm doing it well. And some of y'all thought I'd never do it.
You are now locked in the lab with Arsenic Beats.